And how's it going, guys and girls? Me, it's Uncle Ken back on my channel, and yet again we are here to play DDLC Blue Skies. Yeah, 2 episodes in one day. No, I'm not nuts. I just want to post as much episodes as I can, if in case I have to disappear for a while again. I promise that I try my best, guys. Either way, let's keep going. So, it's Monday. God, I've never hated the Monday more than today. How am I supposed to focus on classwork after everything that happened last weekend? Why can't I just stay home with Yuri all day? I just want to cuddle under the covers with her and talk until I can truly understand her. Well, technically I could do that, but Yuri definitely wouldn't spring for it. Knowing her, she would balk at the thought of missing school, despite having all these problems and even bullies to deal with. Actually, that's kind of strange. How she never misses school. Even if she's a total bookworm, she's got to feel at least a little at least some reluctance, right? Especially on the bad days or on days when the bullies come after her. Fortunately, the bullies only target when she's alone, and between she, Club, and I, Yuri's not alone often anymore. But even if the bullies are taken out of the equation, it can't be easy going to school sometimes. If my unwillingness can be that strong on the exams day, how must she feel on certain days? She says that she cuts when she's feeling overwhelmed. Don't tell me she at school. Damn it, look, stop thinking these things. Yeah, she does it at school as well. Surprised I'm not. Stop dobbing, Yuri. But aren't I right now in worrying about Yuri like that? And aren't I right in worrying about her like that? Is this doubt well placed? Maybe doubt is the wrong word. After all, I'm just genuinely worried about both her mental and physical health. How can I not after seeing her harm like that? And I don't even know if she cuts anywhere else on her body either. Who knows? She's gotta have done that, right? There's only so much you can cut single harm. Burying my face in my hands, I sick. Why do I suddenly feel so guilty about thinking these things? I don't want to change how I see Yuri, but at the same time, I just can't help it. So I just ignore it and try to treat her normally, but I still have to be careful of triggering an episode. At the same time, I don't want to expect the cuts 24/7. Expect she cuts 24/7. She doesn't do that, does she? I don't even know how often she harms herself. Obviously she can't do it when she's talking to someone, but when she's alone, well, she only said that she does it when her feelings come to a head, so, though. A freak, she called herself a freak. I have to wonder, did she start calling herself that on her own accord? Or did she internalize others' words? Sleeping again? Not this time, I swear. See to it. See to it that I don't catch you sleeping anymore, young man. You got it. Did I notice that you were zoned out? I didn't know that you were zoned out the whole day though. Anything up with you? Nah, not really. Just been thinking about stuff. But wait. What would you define as a freak? What would you define a freak as, eh? Why are you asking this all of a sudden? Just a question. Just answer the question. I guess a freak would be the person who's abnormal. Huh, that's it. But can't you say that I'm a freak then? If, for instance, I watch anime more than the average person. Well, no, a freak would be abnormal in a grotesque kind of way. That is, if you were to call someone a freak in a mean-spirited manner way. There are lots of different definitions you could use, so you kind of have to choose. Why is someone bullying you? Yuri tone suddenly sharpens into a more serious tone. Haha, no, thanks for the concern. She immediately relaxes at that. That's why we elected her as a representative. She genuinely cares about the class. Or maybe just about you, who knows. I'm just wondering, if you ever need to think out loud, I'll be here. That's my duty as a class rep. No. Oh, as your friend. Thanks. If we were in the same class next term, I'll be sure to vote for you again. Thanks. Are you ready to lead your club after this? Yep. What are you doing after school? I'm in the candle club. Dang. I knew you were part of a band club, but I didn't know you also did candle. I may be short, but I'm pretty good at it. If I do say so myself. I'm trying to climb up the ranks in the club. With any luck, I'll be captain of the team by the time I'm in third year. It would be a dream to become the ultimate swordsman. Ha. Given how passionate you are about it, I'm sure you will. The bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Speaking of which, I've gotta go. See ya. Have fun. My thoughts turn towards Yuri again as I leave the classroom. Hopefully it's not too much for her to continue talking to her about everything. Too much for me to keep talking to her about everything. It should be a release for her, right? Or at least I hope so. Look, Yuri's waiting for me outside at the usual spot. Hey, wanna get going? Of course. Walk inside for a bit. It's like Yuri's secret is weighing down heavily on us. Or on me at least. I don't know if the events of the weekend are on her mind as well. Maybe I'm just the one who's making things weird. Yeah, snap out of it. Let's go lighten the mood a bit. You looking forward for the laser club? As much as I would any other day, I suppose. Why? Is there something special happening today? No, it's just that it feels so normal to go into the club. Like after what happened on the weekend. God damn it, Luke, you just can't help returning to the topic, huh? Well, it felt like things would change. But there we are, doing the same thing as usual. Not that doing the same thing is bad, though. Sorry for constantly talking about this stuff. No, it's fine. It's only natural for you to want to know more about everything. However, not all change is necessarily bad. For instance, it's been freeing to be able to share these feelings with someone. Yeah, that sounds good. Yuri brushes her hand against mine, causing me to grab hold of it. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that change happened. We arrive at the club room and step inside. For once it seems like Yuri and I are the last ones at the club. Well, look. Looks like the love buds are late. Had a secret tryst on your way over here. A blush spread across Yuri's face that makes even me feel embarrassed. No, besides, we're not that even late. Though the author protests too much, methinks, save it, Shakespeare. That is from Shakespeare, actually. I know that's why I said it. Yuri. Imagine it not being Shakespeare. Wait, for real. Hamlet's to be specific. Trust in Yuri to know every single literary references there is. Don't tell me we're going to start a unit on Shakespeare in the club now. Haha, don't worry, I wouldn't inflict that on you guys. Not right now, at least. I can't tell if she's being serious or not. Anyway, now that everyone's here, we can start our meeting. Natsuki and Yuri pop out of the closet and join the conversation. I guess Yuri was helping reorganize Natsuki's manga or something. Look, Yuri, finally here. Finally? What's that supposed to mean? Obviously it means that you two were slowpokes. How many times am I gonna have to say that we weren't late? All in good fun. So, what did everyone do over the weekend? The weekend is kind of a surreal thing to think that people were going about their days normally, while Yuri and I were talking about such dark subject matters. Homework and manga for me. That sounds about right. I had to do some part-time work too. Oh, what kind of work is it? I bet it was something cute, like a waitress job in a maid cafe. What? Who do you think I am? I was, this and that. Sorry, what did you do? Guess she doesn't want to talk about it given her sudden change in subject. Maybe she really is working on a maid cafe. I caught up on sleep. So you're sleeping every day. There's no way you need to catch up on sleep. Meaning, you can never have too much sleep. Well, that's right. I can definitely relate to that. I never had enough sleep myself. She sees a wry smile on her face. Not only do I have cram school and tennis practice every day, but I also have to deal with class reps and club duties. Geez, humble brag much. Don't you ever have any time for yourself? Free time, to be honest, I'm busy so often that it's kind of a foreign concept to me. That's what I get for sitting up to do so many things, though. It can be truly surprising what a single person is capable of. That's just an exaggeration. There are lots of downsides of this kind of lifestyle. Monica face visibly falls. It does sound kind of a hellish to not have time to herself. Does she even hang out with friends outside of school? Pretty much not. Enough about me. What did you do to Yuri? Yuri gives me a pleading glance. Yuri and I hung out over the weekend. We talked about a lot of stuff. Wow, that's a lovey-dovey couple you are. Thanks for saving the PDA for the weekends. Nasty pantomimes barfing, causing Sayuri to giggle. Then you guys start dating, I'm going to return all this teasing tenfold. When you guys start... Isn't that right, Yuri? I suppose so. Well, looks like we all have a supremely exciting lives, hey? We're really living on the edge, alright? What about we keep up the excitement and share our poetry now? Crap, I totally forgot to write a poem. Hold on, I kind of have to talk to you first privately. You're just me curious look. Alright, we can just... It might be a long conversation, so you guys might go ahead and share poetry first. Is everyone else okay with that, Yuri? Everyone nods in affirmation. Okay then, don't take too long. You bet I'm gonna take as long as possible. Alright, come on Yuri, let's step aside for a bit. So, what was it that you wanted to talk about? Oh, well, to be honest, I needed an distraction because I forgot to write a poem. Hey, sorry, wait, don't go back in. Yuri sees then smiles patronizingly. Thanks for putting up with me. And now that I think about it, there is something I wanted to talk to you about anyway. I actually thought of doing the conversation back inside, but... Yuri, are you going to tell the others about your self-harm? No. She immediately panics at my question. Ah, I didn't mean right now. Sorry, just meant eventually, when you're comfortable, of course. I see. Sorry, but I don't know if I would be able to tell them, even in the future. Why not? Why don't you want your friends to know what's going on in your life? They could provide as much support as I do, only multiplied by 4. No. You looks down at the ground, not looking in my eyes. I can't. I wouldn't be able to stand it if they started treating me differently. Can things just stay the same, please? Yuri, you even said it yourself. Sometimes change is necessary. I didn't say that. I said that change isn't necessarily bad. But in this case, it's neither necessary nor positive. All it will do is change how others see me. But how can you, well, get better without people supporting you and standing by your side? Look, even you see me differently now. Don't try to argue otherwise, it's only to be expected. I know you're trying your best. Yuri, please just let this matter go. Right, if you're not comfortable talking about it, I won't force you to. Thank you. Now if you'll excuse me, she slides open the door and slips through. I can't help but feel like this conversation that we'll return to later. This is a conversation that we will return to later. Yeah. A woman never forgets a conversation like that. I can assure you that. At least she knows where I stand on the subject. Of course, it's difficult for me to understand her point of view sometimes, but I really think that she should confide in others too, not just me. For now, though, I have to figure out an excuse for forgetting my poem. Yo. Smoking herb is good. No, just kidding. It's crazy to think about how fast time passes. It's flying by. It seems like only yesterday I found out about Yuri's self-harming tendencies. As I'm absent-mindedly thumbling through my phone, I'm once again reminded of February. Has already started. The past few weeks felt like they hadn't even happened at all. Well, I guess that's not strictly true. I mean, yeah, in many ways life remained the same. We're still a couple, school hasn't changed much. We still go to the literature club. What about your mom? Isn't your mom coming over in this road? But despite the parent normally, things feel different for obvious reasons, I guess. Yuri also started becoming a little more, I don't know what the word is, obsessive maybe? Nothing too crazy, but she's been texting me a lot more than usual. Then I've noticed that she replies instantly. Kinda like she's been glued to her phone. Maybe she's still worried that I'm judging her. After all, she did reveal a very intimate part of herself to me. A pang of anxiety shoots through me. Don't think I'll ever get that scene out of my head when I first saw her razor in hand, blood on the floor. Even after a few weeks, the image is still burned into my mind. The other girls are still oblivious, and Yuri's stance on whether or not she should tell them hasn't changed at all. I sig and warily rub my hands through my hair. What am I meant to do? Perhaps I should. One day, my phone will stop interrupting me when I'm deep in thought. Hey mom. Hey, it's been so long. It really has, hasn't it? When was the last time we talked? My goodness, I think it was before Halloween. That means it's been around 3 months. Jeez. Anyway, what's new? No, actually, what about Yuri? Are you guys together yet? Haha, well, I can probably hear the anticipation through the phone screen. Yeah, we are. I had a feeling you would tell me that. Look at you, my little prince all grown up. Mom, really? Little prince? Sorry. Just that from a mother's perspective, well, your son's first girlfriend is big news. Ugh. And I can't wait to meet her. You'll only get to meet her if you promise not to embarrass me when she's over. I can't make any promises. Roll my eyes, I can practically see the smug smirk on her face. Even though we are hundreds of miles apart. Anyway, oh yeah, December exams result. Oh yeah, I hope you've studied hard and got the grades you needed, young man. Don't worry, I did just fine. Sakurai gave me my results last week and he was pretty impressed. To be honest, I was pretty surprised myself. Overall, I did well, but I really aced Japanese, history and English. That's excellent he is, sweetheart. Well done. A small laugh filters through the phone speaker. Huh, what's so funny? Just remember you saying that Yuri is a huge fan of literature. Then she's constantly reading books, right? Yeah, well, assuming you guys discussed these books, well, then it's clear that she's rubbing off on you. Seems like she's really helped you appreciate literature, making you more analytical. Clearly it's showing in your grades. Really? Never even thought about that. Does it happen in every relationship? Hard to say, really. It's definitely common, though. You spend so much time with your partner that you subconsciously start copying their mannerisms and tendencies. You could say that, yeah. And that may be useful, especially now. Huh? Why? Toot toot, is Valentine's Day coming up soon? If a personality is rubbing off on you, you might find it easier to think of something special for her. Ah, I would totally forget about Valentine's. On the year that you get a girlfriend, you forget about such a romantic day. When you put it like that, it does seem a little logical. Well, it's not for a week, so I've still got time. Don't dawdle, sweetheart. You would be amazed at how quickly that week will zip by. Okay, I get it. I'll think of something. Anyway, what have you been up to? Given that it's been a while since you called me, I imagine work must be really busy. There's a sig on the other hand. Yup, that's a sig that no one likes to hear at phones. Wait a bit, just mixing my food. Instant noodles are so good. I'm feeling like Charlotte. Like that guy from that anime, Charlotte, the protagonist. He was always eating this stuff. Yeah. So many good memories of that anime. Well, itadakimasu. I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind if I eat while I'm recording. Oh well, that's a sig on the other hand. Yes, you're right. Clients have been so demanding over the past few weeks. New projects, new technologies, new strategies. I'll be so glad when this business quarter is over. New technologies and strategies? What do you mean? Well, I won't bore you with all of the finer details. Basically, our company has rolled out this new app. We're supposed to use it when we're talking to our clients, as it's meant to boost communication efficiency. The only problem is it's not exactly intuitive. Rather the opposite. There's not been much company training on how to use it. So we've basically had to do our own research on how it works. It's tedious, but better than not knowing what to do, I suppose. Anyway, unfortunately I have to go, sweetheart. It was lovely to catch up with you again, and I promise I won't be so long until next talk, okay? It's fine, Mom. You've been really busy, so don't worry about it. Yeah, what an understanding kid. Well, I'll see what I can do. Huh? About what? Oh, nothing. Forgot I said something. Bye. Love you. Love you too, Mom. As I put my phone back into my pocket, my mother's words continue to swirl around my mind. We've had to do our own research on how it works. Maybe. Of course, the answer was right there. Why didn't I research self-harm in the internet before? Man, I can be really dumb sometimes. Don't do it. Just as I get up to make my way to my computer, my phone rings. Speak of the devil. Hey. Oh, hey Yuri. I tried calling you just now. You weren't around? Oh, no, I was just talking with my mom. So that's probably why I didn't see your call. Your mother? It's been a while since we've spoken, so it was really nice to catch up with her again. Ah, I can imagine. How is she? Stressed, but she's doing fine. She was happy to hear about my exam results, haha. Guess that parental instinct never goes away, huh? I left myself before realizing that I've just said. Oh, I mean like, it's okay. It's okay, let's not put silence for a moment. Anyway, was wondering, can you come over? I've been missing you. I frowned slightly. It's Sunday, Yuri. The last time you saw me was Friday in school. It's only been 2 days. Is everything alright? Yes, I'm fine. I just really want to see you right now. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll be right over. So it's my first time going to Yuri's house, huh? Strange to think that this is the first time it's happening, even though we've known each other for months. It's not that weird, pal, trust me. After exchanging the kiss, I take a seat on the bed right next to Yuri. She's blushing slightly. You know, your bedroom looks exactly like I imagined it would look like. What do you mean? It just looks really elegant and titty. Much like you. And of course, only you would have a huge bookshelf right next to your bed. How many times have you tried to reach over the bookshelf while you were snuggled under the sheets? She smiles bashfully. It never stops being heartwarming. Maybe a few times. By the way, would you like to see my get your mind out of the gutter? Your what? I'm perfectly aware of the suggestive tone the conversation has suddenly adopted. Judging by the furious blushing on Yu's face, it's safe to say that I'm not the only one. Also, you'll probably think it's really weird. Wait, are we thinking about different things? She reaches towards her desk and pulls out a medium-sized black box. Yeah, it's their knife collection. Well, you remember how I said I had a knife collection. A wave of understanding washes over me. I have a fight the urge to laugh at myself. My god, this situation could have been made a million times more awkward. Oh, you want to show me your knives? You're not weirded out by it? Ah, at one point I was tempted to get you a knife for Christmas, but I figured out you already had a few. Besides, I don't know what type of knives you like. Kinda curious, to be honest. I've never met someone who collects them. So yeah, go ahead. Vibration is still visible on her face, but after swallowing nervously, she gently opens the lid. Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you had a collection. Were you? Sorry, I know I must be really weird. I don't know why I even suggested it. She moves to snap the lid shut, but I reach out and gently grasp her hands. Surprise flickers across her features as she looks at me. If I look closely, I can detect the shame in her eyes. It's not weird at all. I accept who you are a long time ago, Yuri. Please don't feel ashamed. Plus, I really want to see these knives of yours. Really? I smile reassuringly at her. Yeah, if you're sure. She gingerly reopens the box and pulls out a small knife. Is this one a dagger? It looks too small to be a knife. It is indeed. This one actually comes from a... Wait, what? She collections, like, old knives as well? 18th century, and if I recall, it's also from Spain. Spanish, huh? Slowly take the dagger from Yuri and hold it in my hands. The hilt is silver and the blade comes with a golden sheath. Carefully, I unsheath it. This one isn't particularly sharp, but I would recommend exercising caution. I turn it over in my hands. I'm not exactly a large weapon, but the craftsmanship is undeniable. During the Renaissance age, a dagger such as this one was actually used as part of everyday dress. In fact, were the only weapon that commoners were permitted to carry. The dagger was very popular in Spain, where it was referred to as either a dagger or a puñal. I sheath the knife and hand it back to Yuri, who puts it back into the box. You really know your stuff, huh? It's really admirable how intelligent you are. Books, science, knives. Is there any limit to your knowledge? She blushes and averts her eyes into the box. You're too kind. My eyes are drawn to the rather large, curved knife that sits in the middle of the box. A karambit. Wow, this one's really good. It's a really cool shape. As you move away from the base of the blade, it curves to the side to a point where the head is a very different angle. Ah, this one's a fascinating story. Her face has lit up and passion flares behind her eyes. It's the type of fervor I see only when she talks about her books. It's actually called a kukri. Wait. I was thinking it was a karambit, but let's see. What is this knife? No, wait. Oh, it's this one. Ah, shucks. Hmm. This is so amazing. Okay. It's actually called kukri and it's an icon of Nepal. Do you see how the edge of the blade is at an angle? This gives the kukri immense chopping power. You see, it isn't a knife designed to stab or slice, although you can of course still do that. The edge and width of the blade means that it's very effective at cutting through flesh. In fact, it's even able to cleanly chop limbs off. I think I know a few fictional serial killers who would love to use weapons like this one, haha. But that's with the little notch above the handle. Essentially to stop blood from dripping onto the user's hand. That would make the handle slippery and impractical. Man, I had no idea that so much thought went into the design of these things. To me, knives are just simply cutting tools with a straight edge. Guess it do show how much I know. Don't blame me for thinking like that. An interest in knives is hardly the norm, so it's given that you wouldn't give them that much thought. Well, it's not like that, you know, it's not totally like that. She holds the kukri up and slowly turns it around her hands. From their expression it's clear that she's admiring the blade. I'll admit that it's a little unusual. After all, if someone told me that one day I will be looking at my girlfriend admiring dangerous weapons, I wouldn't believe them. But being with Yuri, it opened my eyes. It's helped me see that people have a variety of interests. In a way, it's refreshing to see such uniqueness in a person. What is it about knives that you like so much? I remember you talked about it a long time ago, but I can't remember what it is that you said. There are so many reasons, some of which make more sense than others, I suppose. Let's start a simple reason, the craftsmanship. The untold number of hours go into creating the knives, Harry, as you see them. I like the blades and the handles, the way they make them. Like all the lines, all the designs of blades and handles, all the drawings, all the art they do on the handles and the blade itself. I like that part of the knives. But I don't have a collection myself. But I have a big ass knife, that is for sure. Two of them. One silver knife and a normal one, a pocket knife. But it's a pocket knife with the size of a normal knife, a kitchen knife. Like the handle is the size of your hand, and when you open it, it's the size of a kitchen knife. It's fun. An untold number of hours go into creating the knives as you see them. The weight, the feel, the sharpness, the length, the design, the color. There's also the red or dark association that knives have. Look, am I wrong to thinking that there's something inherently fashioning with the macabre? We are taught that fear of the darkness, but there's something so intriguing about it. You know, if I think about it, I can see what you mean. Like if we take Halloween for example, it's pretty much a festival dedicated to the dead, right? Yeah, it's pretty commercialized, but I've always enjoyed it. Telling ghost stories, scaring each other, seeing all of the gruesome costumes people wear. Yuri nods in earnest. And fear is such an enigma. Different people fear different things. Some people love horror movies, yet others balk at the very thought. And when it comes to knives, well, you know. Well, you only need to look at the world around you to see what kind of reputation they have. The knives never judge you. Have you ever used the knives to cut yourself? I immediately berate myself for asking such a question like that. It sounds like a less insensitive in my head. I'm surprised you even would ask that. I have so many, and so a lot of these knives look, well, they're really big and look really sharp. Here stays quiet. I'm just worried about that, that's all. My sounds is growing more uncomfortable at a second. I know you are. And it means a lot to me that you care. I was afraid that you would break up with me once you saw my scars. Break up with you? No, of course not. If anything, it's make me want to be with you more. Why? Well, I want to see you get better. And I actually wanted to do some research on self-harm with you. With therapy option then, that won't be necessary. The finality of Yuri's voice stops me dead. I've only heard such assertion in a voice maybe once. Why not? Because I don't want to go to therapy. Don't you want to stop cooking? Self-harming is the only way I have ever known how to deal with my issues. It's the only way I ever know I'm ever able to express myself. But we both know it's not healthy with the way you deal with your feelings, Yuri. What if you come too deeply? Or I don't know, cut a vein or something? I won't. I know which places are safe to cut and which specific areas to avoid. That doesn't make me feel much better, you know. I'm sorry. She thinks deeply. To be honest, I knew that you would eventually ask me to try therapy. I know it's probably hard for you to see it like this, but for me it's really not that simple. Then help me understand, please. If I must. Although I warn you, you're not going to understand at all. You don't know, you may try. Maybe that thick skull won't understand, but I will. On the other side of the screen. Anyway, she reaches into the box and takes out a silver knife. As she speaks, she rolls it between her fingers, taking utmost care not to accidentally cut herself. Like I said, self-harming has been the only way I have ever been able to deal with my feelings. And yes, I know it's maladaptive. But you have to understand that for me, it's like a routine. It may not be a good approach, but it's the only approach I have. And when it's the whole point of therapy, to get me to stop self-harming. In the other words, losing the only way I've ever known how to control myself. I simply couldn't imagine another way of dealing with things. Plus, the thought of opening up to the complete stranger about my innermost insecurities is simply unimaginable. I hid it from my parents. I hid it from you. The only reason you knew about my habit was simply through chance. There's an awful lot of vulnerability and blind trust to put into a random stranger, don't you think? As much as I hate to admit it, yeah, I can definitely see what you mean. It's easy for me to stand here and ask her to see a therapist, but it's a whole different story for her. If it's any consolation, I don't exactly cut frequently. I won't deny that it still happens, but ever since we started dating, it happens a little less. Really? Yeah. Having someone to talk to, someone who's open-minded, who's willing to listen to me ramble on about literature or look at nice at me. It does make a difference. She slowly inches her face closer to mine. It's amazing how much of a difference a person can make. So thank you. She tentatively reaches her arms out for a hug. I comply instantly and pull her close. Her head rests against my chest. Yuri, look, I get it. I know you don't want to see a therapist. But can you promise me that you'll think about it? For my sake, or for yours. She looks up at me. Hey, please, I'm serious. I know you don't want to, but this isn't something I can ignore. Okay, I promise that I'll at least consider it. But please don't get your hopes up, okay? Alright, that's all I can ask for now. She nods slowly. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, would you like to read the first ghost story I've ever read with me? You've still got it with you? Of course, it's one of the strongest reminders I have from my parents. Sadness flickers over her features. I'm quick to reply. Of course, where is it? She motions to a book resting snugly on the bookshelf next to her bed. Even though it's a little sad to think about how the book serves as a memory of her dead parents, it's endearing that it's so close to her bed. Almost like a guardian that watches her when she sleeps. Man, Mom was right. I really do sound like Yuri. Yeah. What is this? Hey Yuri, I've been looking all over for you. Yuri startles when I call out her name, but instantly relaxes once she catches sight of me. Hey, sorry I was in the bathroom. Yeah, I figured as much when I saw that you weren't in your classroom. Anyway, do you want to eat lunch with me? I would love to. Come on, let's go to the roof to eat. We start walking together down the hallway, our shoulders nearly touching. The backs of our hands brush together as we walk. Public displays of affection are strictly prohibited in our school, and here is not one for breaking rules. Still, even these small touches sparks electricity between us. We stealthily link our pinky fingers together, prompting a shy smile from Yuri. We walk together in companionable silence, passing by the occasional students and hearing snatches of conversation from within classrooms. Look, isn't the stairwell to the roof in the other direction? Huh? I guess, but I was just following you. but I was following you. Leave it to us to do something like this. We walked all the way to the first year classrooms without realizing what was happening. I suppose this counts as an exercise for the week. Definitely. As we turn around to head back, I notice you're curiously peeking into one of the classrooms. Oh yeah, shouldn't Natsuki class be around here? She's class 1C if I remember correctly. Do you want to say hi to her? Actually, we could even ask her if you want to have lunch with us. You bites her lip and looks over at the classrooms again. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I wouldn't want to stop you from talking to your friends. Hey, don't forget she's a friend too, right? That's true, we can do whatever we want. I mean, it doesn't seem like you are that comfortable with it. No, I'm fine, really. Go ahead and ask her, I'll wait for you here. Okay then, if you're sure. With one last glance back, I accidentally slide open the classroom door. It didn't seem like Yuri was keen on eating with Natsuki, but she said it was okay. Plus, it's good for her to get closer to other people, right? Still inside the classroom, I met with a few curious glances from students. That's not surprise, though, given that not many people know all their upperclassmen. Natsuki hunched over alone at the desk, scribbling something on a piece of paper. As I approach, I'm surprised to see that rather than writing, she is drawing something. Hey Natsuki, what are you drawing? Startled, she looks up and quickly whips the paper off the desk. Hey, what are you doing here? Just saying hi. Okay, hi. Are you trying to start your own manga or something? No. She turns red at my allegation. Looks like she is drawing manga. If I have ever bad thing to do, why don't you beat it? Actually, I did want to ask you something. What? Well, if you want me to beat it, I can just leave. What did you want to ask? Are you sure you want to know? I'm perfectly fine with just minding my own business. Just tell me already. You like to... You really like to spite the little ones, don't you? Just tell me already. Okay, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to eat with Yuri and I. Oh, well, she looks down at the now wrinkled piece of paper in her lap. With the first instinct, Natsuki crumples up the paper in the ball and tosses it into the desk. Whoa, what are you doing? I shot for the ball up drawing, but my hand quickly swatted away by Natsuki. Don't you want to keep your drawing? No, and keep your nosy nose out of my business. Now, where are we eating? The roof, is that okay with you? Yup, just lead the way. As we head to the roof, I still can't help but be bothered at her tossing away her hard work. It's probably like one she threw away before that Monica found. Hey, Yuri, guess we're having lunch together, huh? Way to state the obvious. It is called small talk. Ever heard of it? Psst. Yuri and I don't need small talk, right, Yuri? I admit it would be nice living in a society without any of that. Jeez, let's just walk all the way up to the roof without talking then. Fine by me, Yuri. I wouldn't mind. Let's do it then. Yuri. We stand at the rooftop quietly, the cool breeze giving the sunshine a comforting warmth. Finally, Natsuki flings her arms in the air and speaks in an exasperated tone. That was so awkward. Maybe for you, but sometimes Yuri and I don't talk when we're together. It's just a matter of acclimatizing to the quiet. After a while, you'll learn to enjoy it. I mean, it's not like I hate silence when I'm alone. It gets awkward when you're with other people. You guys are weird. Heh, never said I wasn't. Anyways, shall we eat? Yeah, let's sit over there. Eating. Having settled down, Yuri takes out her bento box as I pull my own lunch out of my bag. This happens to consist the extremely healthy options of 2 packaged breads. Yakisoba bread and my personal favorite curry bread. As I tear open the curry bread cellophane, I pause. Natsuki has been sitting with her arms wrapped around her legs, making no movements to bring out her lunch. Looks like she's just staring into space. Hey Natsuki, where's your lunch? Huh? She jumps a bit on my question. I forgot it. Oh, did you leave it at your desk? We can go get back if you would like. No, I mean I forgot it at home. But she didn't even check her bag for it. It's fine, don't worry about me. I tossed my yakisoba bread at her. Here. Don't know how much you like this stuff, but it's better than nothing. A look of, I don't know, shock, surprise maybe. Whatever emotion it is, it causes her eyes to widen for a moment. How low of an option must she have of me to be this surprised? It's just bread, but still. It's not still New Year and these guys are already spamming at my group. Holy shit. These noodles are so fucking good. By the way, are you sure? Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna starve if I give it to you. Okay then, thanks. She enthusiastically tears a plastic package apart and chomps down at fried noodles and bread. Yeah, did you skip breakfast or is that just your favorite type of bread? And questioning Natsuki seems to choke at her bite for a second, before restfully chewing and swallowing it. I skipped breakfast. I think this is like an hungry day for me too. You know those days when you can't never get full? I can relate to that. That most likely results on an healthy diet. Are you including me in that statement? Well, I can't argue against that. Nah, I do not have an unhealthy diet. Okay, maybe I bake a lot of pastries for myself, but, looks like Natsuki's out of excuses. Just admit, Natsuki, you're totally unhealthy. I mean, you don't play any sports and you basically live off cupcakes. Live off of cupcakes. Hey, I make other things besides cupcakes. Yuri sees and shakes her head. Not sure how you two survive this way. We've been doing just fine. Yeah, we are still alive, aren't we? Quite the high expectations you have there. That's just Luke setting a low bar for himself as usual. Don't lump me in with him. Wow, way to throw me under the bus. Under the bus, Natsuki. He shrugs and smirks at me. If the shoe fits. Who's the one who accepted my offering of bed? You. You're the one who gave it to me. Don't you dare try to guilt me over that fact. Jeez, it was just a joke. As an apology, I'll buy you a coffee later. Make that a strawberry milk if you've got yourself a deal. Sounds good to me. And with that we all turn back to our food. After a while, Natsuki polishes off her bread crumbles from the plastic packing. Hey, I'm gonna throw this away. I think lunch is almost over, so I'm just gonna head back while I'm at it. See you guys at the club, and thanks for the food. With our face full of food, both Yuri and I wave off Natsuki. The smaller girl turns and leaves. That wasn't so bad, right? No, I suppose it wasn't. Sorry, I just don't know what was going on in my mind. Her weak chuckle causes me to instantly grab her hand. It's fine, Yuri. You can take your time. Thank you. I'm really grateful that I have you by my side. Her voice adopts a breathy tone for a moment, and her hand feels especially warm in mine. Yuri. Not in school. Are you insane? It's really just initiating conversations that's the other spot. Competition topics, small talk, awkward silence, everything just deepens the anxiety. Kind of like what Natsuki was talking about, huh? Yes, I don't normally mind the silence, but when I'm made hyper aware of it, that's perfectly fine, Yuri. I think most people can relate to at least some of what you're feeling, you know? And just when we were about to launch into a heartfelt conversation, the bell couldn't have had a worse timing. We should start heading back, shouldn't we? I see a nod packing up my stuff. Yup, let's talk more during the club. Agreed. Man, I don't think I've ever been the first one to the club, that is, until now. Well, Yuri would be here with me too, but she had to go to the bathroom again. Some girls have bladders of squirrels. Or maybe Yuri wouldn't be. God damn it, Lucky, you couldn't even go one day without thinking of that, could you? Don't even know if it is right for me to think of that stuff when I think about Yuri. Oh, believe me. You're just worried, don't worry. Would it be doing her injustice to not consider the hardships she goes through? But then again, I also don't want to define her by her self-harm. I have no idea what to think. Fortunately, my mental beratings are cut short by the rattle of a door opening. Looky, what a surprise! Didn't expect to see me here yet, huh? Nope, definitely not. Where's Yuri? She's usually with you. After all, you two always walk to the club together. Ah yeah, she's in the bathroom right now. I would feel kind of weird escorting her to the bathroom and all. Haha, you don't have to treat her like a fragile little flower, you know. Yeah, I know that. I'm once again reminded of the fact that I'm the only one who knows your secret. Still, Monica may have a point. As I open my mouth to continue the conversation, the door slams open, announcing the arrival of Sayuri and Natsuki. Hey, don't forget about Monica. Oh, and Monica too. Welcome back to the club, you two. Hey, where's Yuri? She's in the bathroom. Are you looking forward to discussing literature with her today? Something like that, I guess. Or in your case, it would be more like discussing manga, huh? Hey, manga is literature. Nah, Sayuri, you just stole Natsuki's line. Sorry. This is the joke. I don't appreciate people making fun of manga, just... manga, especially when there are people like you who won't consider what I'm saying about it. Idiot. Classic Natsuki. Hello everyone, I apologize for my delay. Whoa, you recently materialized beside me. It's fine, you're here not late. Now that everyone's here though, we can get the meeting started. As per usual, we'll be having a bit of free time first, followed by the policy discussions and journal announcements. Okay everyone, let's get busy. We begin to split up in smaller groups. At that, with Monica leading the way by gently shuffling Sayori off into a corner of the room. It's just me, Yuri, and Natsuki left then. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Natsuki opening her mouth to speak before Yuri cuts it. Look, would you like to continue our novel then? Natsuki turns away, a brow furrowed in frustration. Hold on, Natsuki, were you gonna say something? Huh? No, I'm not interested in whatever stuffy book you guys are reading. She glances over at Yuri as she says this. I don't know how accurate my hunch is, but I've got a feeling that Natsuki wants to talk to you more. Come on, spit it out. What happened to our lunch bonding? It's none of your business. Wasn't even gonna talk to you. I'm sorry if this is presumptuous, but did you want to speak with me then? Never mind. The smaller girl quickly spins around and to flee the scene. I know that Yuri wants to get on with the book, but Natsuki seems pretty eager to talk to her. Should I just hang out with Yuri or encourage her to talk to Natsuki for a change? I'll have to admit I'm a bit reluctant to give up quality time with my girlfriend, but then again I can read with her another time too. Either way, I need to make a decision before Natsuki hides away with her manga again. I believe it would be a good idea to make them talk, but still we would be away from it. What would we be doing? Maybe we could talk to Sayori. We hadn't catched up with her. Yeah, I'll ask Yuri to hang with Nats. Knowing that Natsuki is probably going to bottle this up and never talk about it again if we don't stop her. So for the sake of everyone's sanity, it would be probably the best if you just talk to her now. Hey Yuri, I think you should probably actually follow up with Natsuki. Do not want to read today. No, it's not that. I just think that Natsuki really wants to talk to you. I have a pointer, to be honest. I'm curious about it. Alright then, if it's fine by you, I'll go speak to her now. Go for it. I'll just do homework or something instead. Lord knows I need to work on procrastinating less. I wave Yuri off as I pull my workbooks out with a cig. Guess I'll be pulling a Monica today. I just finished a particularly difficult math problem when Monica suddenly interrupts my concentration. Given my feelings on math, I can't say that it was an unwelcome distraction though. Okay everyone, it's getting late, so let's hurry up and share our poetry. As I put away my homework, a sense of presence that appears before me. It's Yuri. But just as I'm about to speak to her, Monica interrupts me. Looky, you remember to write a poem this time, right? Monica says this with a bright smile on her face, however I can't help but hear the threatening edge to her voice. Man, when did cute girls become so scary? No, you don't know even half of it, pal. Yeah, I did. I hope I did you proud with it. We'll see. I pull out my poem and turn to Yuri, offering up my handiwork. So, how did it go with Natsuki? She pauses as she takes my poem, clearly mulling over her words. Finally, she starts speaking with a smile. Well, I can't say that it went smoothly the entire time. She was quite evasive and prickly when I first confronted her, although there's no doubt that my awkwardness factored into it. It may surprise you, but I don't think I've ever approached Natsuki on my own before, so that didn't help matters either. That's part of the course when it comes to Natsuki. But don't worry too much about it being awkward. You come off as very well spoken in general. Really? I wouldn't have thought though. Really? Not to downplay your own insecurities, of course, but I do think that you overthink things a lot. That might be an understatement. Anyway, after a bit, we began discussing topics such as our interests. To summarize, we just had a normal conversation. It was the kind of banal conversation that people have every day, but somehow it made me feel content. Her eyes sparkle with life as she says this. That's good. She's finally feeling good. That's understandable after all. Isn't a happy life usually made of multiple small satisfying moments rather than of a few huge joyous moments? You're right. All these things happening makes me wonder why Natsuki and I fought so vehemently in the past. Part of it was because of the differences in your poetry styles, right? I suppose when two passionate opposing opinions clash. Absolute pandemonium ensues. It's probably less outrageous than that. Speaking of poetry though, I think Monica giving me the evil eye, so do you want to start sharing? With pleasure. Yeah. In any case, nice analysis today. Thanks, I've been learning from the best, so, you know, if there's one thing I'm glad about when it comes to you and your dating is that it makes my job as a president a lot easier if more people are enthusiastic about literature. And I'm pretty sure that you've become more enthusiastic about it after dating her. What, so you're not just happy for us as your friends? Haha, well, that goes without saying. Thanks for the support though. In the beginning I wasn't really sure how it would be if two members of the club were dating. No problem, to be honest, I had my own reservations about it before too. But it looks like everything turned out alright, right? Yep, or at least I hope so. Anyway, it looks like everyone else is done by now too. So do you want to reconvene with the others now? Reconvene with the other now. Sure thing. Okay everyone, hope you had a good discussion today. It's actually really great to practice our Japanese classes, you know. And as you all know, finals are coming next month. Natsuki and I instantly groan. Don't remind me, yeah, there's still a whole month away, no need to bring them up now. But the early bird catches the worm, right? But what's the worm in this case? I guess it would be good grades. Good grades which will lead to you being able to get in a good university and thus find a well-paying, stable job. Which will then prevent you from having to die alone without a family in our home. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. Okay, if you don't like the idiom, how about this one? An ounce of prevention prevents a pound of cure. And I assume the pound of cure would be failing grades. That's right. And we all know that what failing our exams will lead to. Let me guess, living under the bridge and dying alone? You got it. Jeez, Monica, when did you become a mom? When did you become a mom? Plus, high school isn't even mandatory, you know. Plenty of people live normal lives without going to university too. I know, I'm just exaggerating. Sorry, I think I'm projecting my stress on everyone. Definitely think that it's wrong to assume that the only path to career success is through higher education. All that does is to overstate the job market with random degrees and bury young adults in tens of thousands of dollars in debt. That's why I'm not going to university, it's losing time. It's a loss of time to go to university, so I just finish my course and just go with the flow after that. And at the same time, these young adults often don't even know what they really want to pursue a career in. Some people might be better off in the trade school or doing freelance work. Pardon me if this is too fault, but there seems to be some cognitive dissonance at play here. Cognitive dissonance? Oh, you mean when someone believes in two conflicting ideas? That's right, and yours actually right too. Don't think that people should be forced to do college just to fulfill societal expectations, and yet I feel that pressure too. Of course, I also want to go to a good university so that I can better myself. But there's always this pressure at the back of my mind. Don't even know what my parents would do if I didn't go to university. So I guess all that stuff you said before about pressure being busy was true, huh? Natsuki, did you think Monica was lying about all that? No, just thought that she was exaggerating. It's fine. Some of the stuff I say does sound far-fetched at times. Man, we really have to take you out on the spa day sometime, Monica. Actually, everyone probably deserves a day of relaxation at this point. Especially Yuri. A group spa day. My. Are you hoping for a spa with mixed bath? What? No. Damn, now I can't stop thinking about it. Yuri, Monica, you're a devil. You're good in this mod, but you're still a devil. Besides, Yuri's the only girl for me. Come on, Aaron, let's show them. Damn, man, God. And go to a mixed bath by ourselves. You're completely red in the face now. I've really got to remember not to make jokes like that around her. I would rather have you not show us that. Yeah, that would be gross like that. Sorry. Okay, let's get back to the topic before Luke makes you implode out of embarrassment. Yeah. Hey, Yuri's not that embarrassed, are you, Yuri? Let's talk about exams. Whoops. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Wow, so even Natsuki was ready to talk about exams, huh? Of course. And who in their right mind would want to talk about mixed paths right now? If it's between men, like you're talking about that, like, oh my god, that girl is so hot and stuff, that would be something about. That would be something. Now, if you're talking that openly with 4 girls, your reputation is below 0 now, pal. Even if one of them is your girlfriend. Same here. Alright then. Now I don't know if I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I was thinking about how we hold a few study sessions together for exam prep. Aren't you forgetting the finals aren't for another month? They don't have to be held right now. We could get together when they close to the final seasons. Personally, I believe that holding study sessions together would be a good idea. Between the 5 of us each subject, we should have at least one person who's proficient in its area. That way we could have those who excel in certain subjects help those who struggle more in those classes. Yeah, I think that making a study group is pretty smart. It would help motivate us more too, if we all supported each other and cheered each other on. I don't have any objections to it myself, and it's like Sayori said, it will stop us from procrastinating. You mean stop you from procrastinating? Oh really, miss, I lost my workbook? Meaning that's not even procrastinating. That's just me being absent-minded. Okay, but who's the one who rushed over to copy homework during lunch before? Fine, I'll stop you and me from procrastinating. Happy? Very. Hey, this is all really cool and whatever, but I think we're all forgetting one tiny detail. Not in the same here as you guys. There's really no point in inviting me to the study group because I want to be able to help anyone in their work. But we can't leave you out. This is a club thing, and even if you can't help us study, we can still provide emotional support. Yes, I really don't mind you with us. Rather, I think I would actually like it if we could all study and talk together, even if we all study totally different subjects. And I suspect that Monica feels the same way too. We can't just go on and abandoning a fellow club member and friend like that. Yeah, what would you say, Natsuki? You joining us? Okay, fine, but only because you would all drag me along anyway. Oh, you think? The wide grin on her face betrays Natsuki's true thoughts. Funny how by this point we can all tell that she really means the opposite of what she says. Yay, I mean you would say yes. Jeez, it's nothing to cheer about. Well, it is kinda. It's kinda is, you know, pal. I'm glad that everything's settled nicely now. Okay, I need to hurry because it's almost New Year for me at least, so I need to hurry. Actually, that should be it for today too. Thanks for the hard work today, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Phew, somehow I feel exhausted already. To be honest, same. Hold on, I don't believe we have planned the actual dates for the study sessions. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's discuss it in the group chat so we can all write down and schedule as fits us. We all make noises of affirmation as we pack up our things. Studying with the girls, huh? With any luck, here and Monica influence will somehow pull up my grades. Not to mention that it will be a lot more fun studying with my friends. Although there will be undoubtedly some disagreements when it comes to studying literature. Oh well. It'll all be worth in the end, right? I wouldn't count on that. So yeah, I'll stop it here, or maybe not. Wait. You know that feeling where you wake up and you actually feel refreshed from having a solid night's sleep? Yeah, me neither. I check my phone display and once again I'm reminded that Valentine's Day is slowly but surely creeping towards me. I wearily sink back into my pillow and am I expected to prepare some sort of gesture? Like take her out to a meal or something? Oh man, it's tempting to close my eyes and go back to sleep. But we all know how that could end. Ignoring the cries of my body, I reluctantly swing my legs out of bed at once, and merciless attacked by the temperature difference outside of the covers. Drowsily making my way to the bathroom, I prepare to summon the energy to make it through the day. Well, that's one perk of winter hair, it definitely wakes you up. Feeling a little more alive, I start making my familiar journey towards school. Hang on, maybe I could wait for Sayuri. I mean, it's not like I will be taking any time away from Yuri if I walked with Sayuri, so there's no harm in it. Well, I guess there's nothing to do except wait. Shivering slightly, I rub my arms with my hands. How was it warm enough to eat lunch outside yesterday? The weather around here makes no sense. Still no sign of Sayuri. With a cig, I pull out my phone and send her a text. Hey Sayuri, I know it's kinda random, but do you wanna walk to school together today? No reply. Weird, she's probably sleeping or has her phone switched off. Either way, I don't have the time to check up on her. If I hang around any longer, I run the risk of being late myself. Making the mental note to talk to Sayuri next I see her in person, I slip my phone back into my pocket and start walking to school. Ah, looky. How nice of you to turn up. We were all waiting. Weirdly, I glanced at the clock. Huh? But sir, I'm not late. He chuckles to himself. Indeed you aren't. Sorry, I just felt like playing a little joke. That's evil, sir. And I didn't even know the teachers had a sense of humor. He feigns a wounded expression as the rest of the class laughs. My, they warned me that being a teacher would be tough. I'll have you know that sense of humor is a prerequisite to becoming a teacher. And why is that, sir? Well, teaching a bunch of surly teenagers for four hours on end. You have to find a way to power through the day, and what's better way than with a joke? Are we really that much of a chore to deal with? No, that would be telling. Anyway, today's lesson, his face drops a little. Unfortunately, 93rd, especially in Germany, aren't exactly humorous, so apologies in advance. Yuri. Thankfully the lesson passes by relatively quickly. It's crazy to think about what the world used to be like. A world of totalitarian regime, founded on fear and maintained through blind obedience. Oh, so you're talking about Nazi Germany? Probably. To think that the status quo was so widely accepted, yeah, totally Nazi. That is totally Nazi Germany. Ugh, I don't like to talk about that. That was one of the biggest massacres our world has ever seen. I don't want, and that's a topic that YouTube doesn't like at all, so meh. And what evil lurks in the hearts of ordinary people? Looky. With a start I realized that Sakurai is standing in front of me looking rather expectant. Oh, sorry sir, was a bit lost in thought, haha. Thinking about the lesson, huh? There's a dry sarcasm in the voice. Yeah, actually. Really? Haha. Now that's not something I hear every day. Anyway, I was meaning to ask you about what you want to do after you finish school. It might be a little early now, but believe me, graduation will sneak up on you before you can say history is the best subject. It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually have given it some thought. Oh? Yeah, I decided I want to go to the university. Ah, very respectable choice. I trust you'll opt for a history degree. Haha, maybe. Something analytical, of course. I'm pondering my options at the moment, Japanese or history, yeah. Anything to do with literally analyzes. He nods approvingly. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but that's what spurred this on. I always thought you enjoyed history, but I never thought you would want to take it up at university. Haha, well, guess I've just broadened my horizons a bit, you know. There's a mischievous twinkle in his eyes. And what has ignited this sudden passion, I wonder? There's a student I teach who also has quite the flair for literature. She's rather quiet, but whenever she answers questions and hands her homework, it's clear that she's very intelligent. I don't suppose that the description rings a bell with you, does it? His smirk is one half innocent and half knowing. You're talking about Yuri, aren't you? We're dating. Ha ha, that explains a lot. I can see that she's rubbed off on you. And that's the second person to remind me of this. Looks like it's really true. Anyway, it's good to see that you've got a plan. A lot of students have no clue even in their third year. You'll have to work hard enough the exams that you take and in order to progress to the university are pretty intense. Don't worry though, you've plenty of time to prepare and I'm sure that with Yuri by your side you'll be just fine. Haha, well, that's reassuring to hear. It's only recently that I've really begun giving serious thought to my future, so it helps to have as much information as I can. Indeed, preparations is the key to success, after all. Does Yuri share similar post-school plans? Uh-huh. He smiles. I figured. Well, that's all I wanted to ask you. You clearly know what you're doing, so there's no much for us to talk about. If you need any help or guidance on the university admissions process, don't hesitate to ask me. Noted, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. Now I believe it's lunchtime, so if you'll excuse me. With a nod he leaves the room, and I wander after him, making a beeline for Yui's homeroom. Once again I happen to catch her just as she is leaving. She sees me and approaches me and offers a friendly wave. Good timing once again. I really have a knack for this, don't I? It would appear so. Shall we head to the clubroom? It's a little too cold for the rooftop today. Yeah, that's fine by me. Man, the walk to school this morning was absolutely freezing. February is quite a temperamental month, it seems. It is. Ah, looks like we're the first ones again. Looks like Sakurai likes to leave early for lunch, I guess. Quite a few teachers do that. Oh yeah, speaking of Sakurai, he actually asked me what my post-school plans were. So, did my homeroom teacher, funnily enough. I suppose all of the teachers are asking their students that question. Well, the second years are, and presumably the third years as well. He didn't expect me to want to go to the university and do something like Japanese. Huh, he actually suspected you had something to do with that. Me? Yeah, he said it was your influence. Haha, Mom said the same thing. Kinda weird because I didn't know that was a thing. We pull our foot and the smell Yuri's delicacies wafts through the air. If only Sayori were here. That spending time with your partner would result in their personality rubbing off on you. Yeah, really? I thought that would be rather obvious. After all, if their personality and mannerism that drew you to them in the first place, don't forget the beautiful purple eyes. I reach over and put a kiss on her cheek. Well, no one's around, so I might as well make the most of it, right? Oh, you know how to make a girl feel fluttered. It's not that hard, you know. What the fuck is this? Yare to say. Oh! Oh shit, no you didn't, bro. Yare. You're the best son I could have imagined, partner. Huh, let me just see. You're the best friend I could have imagined, pal. That's it, brother. Oh well, let's get going. I grin. Sorry, you were saying? Anyway, you would be surprised at what your body subconsciously picks up. Humans are rather social creatures after all. I don't think it's just a case of me copying you, though. Oh? I think it's more a case of you opening my eyes to something I didn't realize I even liked it. That happens rather often, you know. After all, I have played games and watched anime with the fantastic plot lines. Now that I'm dating someone who nurtures, is that the right word? Anyway, who helps me explore those interests, I'm beginning to see how much I truly like them. If that makes sense. She nods thoughtfully. Yes, I can definitely see what you're saying. Given that a lot of our free time together consists of reading or discussing literary themes, this is a part of the reason why I love you so much. You actually get me, and it seems like the feeling is mutual. She stares off dreamily. I'm sorry, I wasn't too sudden, was it? Well, you see, I reach out for her hands gently, twining them with mine. Yuri scoots closer, and so our faces are mere inches apart. I could get lost in those eyes forever, and this is why I love you. I have no idea how endearing you really are. Well, that's not the only reason. I could list off a lot of other reasons, but Sheesh, if this carries on any longer, I think I might be sick. Oh well, would you look at that? A sudden irritated voice causes us to jump apart. The intense blush is spreading across Yuri's face and I hastily rubbed the back of my neck out of embarrassment. Ah, Natsuki, didn't see you there. Haha, Natsuki rolls her eyes. Well, duh, your faces were so close a volcano could have erupted and you wouldn't have any idea. I'm sorry, when did you get here? I swear I didn't even hear the door open. That's because it was already open, dummy. That explains a lot. The sound of footsteps rapidly approaching the clubroom permeates the room as Monica hurriedly makes a sigh. Hey guys, what's the rush? It's not like you're late or anything. Well, I don't have much time, unfortunately there's some tennis duties. I have got to dash off too soon. Well, that makes sense. You're always busy. Well, I would say that's normal for someone as popular as you, but eh. Poggers. Of course, the team decided to hold this meeting in the middle of the lunch. She mutters something under her breath and pulls out her food. That's weird. What is? Has anyone seen Sayuri? Nope. I waited for her before I started my walk to school this morning, but she never turned up. Tried asking her, but didn't get a reply either. Perhaps she's sick? Could be. Can't help but feel slightly worried. It's definitely possible, especially at this time of the year. I'll send her a text on the way home. Yeah, you live pretty close to her, right? Might be worth checking up on her too. I glance towards Yuri, she gives me a nod. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Just me, or is it kinda crazy that it's almost like mid-February already? No, I'm with you, the year really feels like it's passing by in the blink of an eye. I imagine you feel that the most, hey Monica? You have no idea. It's so easy to lose track of time. Don't you ever take a break? Well, it's not quite that simple. There's a surprising amount of bitterness lurking within the words. I'm tempted to press her, but she suddenly jumps into her feet after looking at her watch. And that's all the time I've got. She swiftly packs her belongings away. Leaving so soon? Tennis stuff, remember? Monica nods slowly. Believe me, I would miss it if I could. See you guys later. With Monica's swift departure, the atmosphere suddenly feels a little awkward. As if it's just me, Yuri and Natsuki. I guess it's kind of a given. Thankfully the bell rings not so long after prompting all of us to make our way back to our homerooms. Another school day done and dust. With a yawn I make my way to the school entrance, only to hear someone calling my name. Hey, would you mind if I were to spend the evening with you? Is that even a question? Come on. One of the best things about life right now is how enjoyable if simple my routine tends to be. At the moment Yuri is cuddled up next to me and we were watching a horror movie. I can hear the wind howling outside, which serves as a contrast against the cozy atmosphere in the room. Yuri's warmth really lends a homely sense of comfort. Oh boy. With our homework done, it's simply the best feeling in the world to kick back and relax after a long day of school. I stretch out for my phone, causing Yuri to make a noise of discomfort. She was laying against my shoulder. Sorry, it's my mom, so I kinda have to move to answer it. She noticeably stiffens up. Oh, would you like me to give you some privacy? I wave her concerns away as I glance back at my phone. To display it tells me that it's a video call, so I angle the phone so that my mom can only see me. Don't want to suddenly put Yuri on the line. Right. Hey mom. Didn't expect you to call me so soon. Evening. You're looking well. I'm surprised it looks like you haven't just been living off chocolate and ramen. I roll my eyes with a light-hearted jab. I don't think Yuri would let me. Yuri softly giggles to herself. Oh, do you have company? I glance over to Yuri. Suddenly she is looking rather nervous. Tilting the phone away from myself, I try to subtly signal my eyes that this is a video call. Ah, yeah. Yuri's here. Ah, as I expected. The laugh didn't sound like Sayuri's. There's an awkward silence for a moment. It's clear that Mom wants to talk to Yuri, but I'm still hesitant to introduce them. Yuri closes her eyes for a moment, takes a deep breath. She gives a small nod. At her command I turn the phone over so that we're both in the shot. A warm smile comes over Mom's face. Hello Yuri, it's lovely to finally meet you. Well, if you can call this meeting. It's nice to meet you too. My goodness, you certainly weren't joking when you said she was beautiful. Yuri's blushing furiously. The poor girl doesn't know how to respond. Mom, on the other hand, is sporting a joyous grin. You'll have to forgive me, Yuri. Meeting my son's first girlfriend as a mother is quite a special moment for me. Anyway, look, he has told me an awful lot about you. Apparently, you have quite a knack for literature. I have given Mom credit. Playing off Yuri's interests is definitely the best way to get her warm up to you. Yes, ever since I was a little girl, I've always been into books. Horror is a specialty too. Oh, you'll have to be careful around Lucky then. He's actually quite a chicken at heart. Yeah, that's only because it's a trait I inherit from you. Mom sees theatrically. You love playing the genetic cards, don't you? Honestly, Yuri, I don't know how you put up with him. Yuri smiles timidly. I can't help but I can tell that she finds the relationship I have with my mom endearing, but she doesn't really know how to contribute to the humor. And you're quite the chef too, from what I've heard. Ah yes, along with reading, food is also another passion of mine. There's something really rewarding about experimenting in the kitchen. We've actually cooked quite a lot of stuff together, hard to believe, right? Indeed it is. I bet your parents appreciate having such a good chef, right? No, I'd definitely love if Lucky ever cooked me something. And mention of her parents, Yuri predictably goes quiet. She's trying to respond, but it's clear that she's struggling. Ah, well... I took her hand gently. Well, they were the ones who got me into cooking in the first place, so I imagine they would be happy with how much I've pursued it. A sad look clouds from Mom's features. I see. What's wrong, Mom? Whenever I hear about the other children's parents, wait. Whenever I hear about how other children's parents are still around, it makes me feel really guilty. I really wish I was home right now with you too. Exams, future plans, first relationships, time aren't easy for you, son, and I'm not there when I should be. Mom, it's fine, it really is. Never once blamed you for any of this. It's not been easy since the divorce, and you've gotta do what you've gotta do, right? Money doesn't grow in trees, and I know you're doing your best. Besides, I'm doing fine. Well, I pull you closer to me and me grinning at the look of surprise on her face. Better than fine, I would say. Look at it too. We look so cute together. You and I both smile sheepishly. I know you're right. But that motherly instinct never goes away. A mother's love is one of the most powerful things on earth. It really is. Well, the good news is that we finally finished dealing with a particularly demanding client. There's a good chance I'll be able to return home soon. Really? Really? That's great. Do you know when you're coming back? Unfortunately, I don't have the exact dates right now. There is still some boring legal stuff that we've got to get through. Once that's over, you can bet I'll be on the first plane home. I'm half tempted to keep it a surprise, just randomly turn up one day. I would love to see Lucky's reaction to that. Me too, Yuri, me too. Anyway, I won't ramble any longer. I'll leave you two lovebirds to be. Yuri, my dear, once again, lovely to see you, and we'll definitely get to know each other properly when I come to visit, okay? I like the sound of that. Okay, well, take care. Love you. Love you too, Mom. See you. With a click, the line goes down. I set my phone back on the table. You handled that really well, did I? I thought I came across a really nervous and reserved. Well, that comes with the job, I guess. It's normal to be nervous in this sort of situation. Your mother's very nice. Somehow she helped me with my nerves. She is pretty friendly. Yes, definitely. She also got a certain warmth to her. It kind of reminds me of my own mother. I pull her into a hug. She clings to me. Sorry, didn't mean to drag the mood down or anything. I softly plant a kiss on top of her head. It's okay. I get why it's an emotional moment for you. Anyway, do you want to resume the movie? A sly look comes over her face. Unless you truly are shaking at heart. I respond by throwing the cushion at her face. Very funny. I can tell that my meeting here in person is going to be the death of me. It is going to be the death of you, pal. Yuri, yuri. Nope. Okay, as I walk down the street towards the school, I yawn and crack my neck. And with you cracking your neck, we are finished this episode, pal. Yes. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below what you thought of it. Once again, yeah, third time. Happy New Year, even though it's not even Happy New Year yet, but it's like... Well, there are 3 hours and 56 minutes until it's New Year for me, so it's rather close. So see you guys in the next episode. Happy New Year, and have luck in the next year. I'll be rooting for you guys. So well, see you guys in the next episode. See you on the flip side. Goodbye, pals.